I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
So we have Tracy Chisolm with us. Yeah, the lovely, fabulous. She is joining us from Lower South Carolina and just gonna chat.
I'm getting there.
Are you Bob from accounting?
Yeah, it still says that.
Yeah. I was like, Bob from accounting? What? What is
Long story short, my mom is a CEO of a corporation. She has been for a lot of years. How she's not dead, I don't. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But she's like, you're on the board. I'm like, Mom, I'm not on the board any more than I'm certified to be an attorney in South Carolina. Like, knock it off. She's like, I just need you to enter the Zoom meeting and I need you to be serious. That entered Bob from accounting.
Bob
I did not
from-
realize all 87 of her employees plus worldwide corporations were on the phone. That's when my mother said, that's my asshole daughter. That's her. I said, thanks.
Oh my gosh. Bob
Yeah.
from accounting. That's great.
Didn't know it was still there, but
That's
obviously
great.
I don't do Zoom very often. So how are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
Good. So let me introduce Steph and Tracy.
Hi. Okay, go for it. I'm listening.
So what are you eating?
Broccoli with chicken.
It looks good.
It does look good.
I have a problem with food I'm going to be 50 this year. So food has just like this weird texture and taste, and I'm just getting weirder by the day, but whatever.
I am too. It's good to know that that's normal.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you start sweating in the middle of the night and you get
I'm
up
there.
and like there's a pool of sweat.
Oh yeah, I'm there. Brian will be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Just turn
No.
the fan on." Right.
I'm not okay. Devin
then-
asked me the other day, he's like, isn't it cold where you are? I said, go fuck yourself. Like,
Well,
seriously.
and then here's the thing. So after you know that passes and you're not hot, then you're drenched in sweat and the fan's on you, and then you get cold. So
For like 7 minutes. For like
Yeah.
7 minutes, I'm chilly.
and then
and
it
then-
starts all over again. Yep.
Now, I don't know if you guys, I had a total radical hysterectomy because I had adenomyosis, which is the opposite of endometriosis.
I have that.
Bitch, you need to go get your hysterectomy, get it over and done with.
I
Well-
haven't done that yet, but I have that. Steph's
Your
like,
lower back will no longer be painful.
"Are you kidding?" Like
It'll
I
hurt because you're old. It will no longer hurt because you're of menstrual issues.
Good to know.
So there you go.
Note to self to schedule hysterectomy
But
for.
not having a period for 4 years has been the greatest thing ever. And when people are like, oh my God, are you on your monthly cycle? I've been on my monthly cycle for 50 years. I'm good. Take it or leave it. I don't really
You have
care.
to do like hormone replacement stuff then?
Oh, I tried that. That was bullshit. That didn't do anything.
Do you
except
do
make me.
Do you do anything now though since you had surgery? Like, do you have to do any kind of hormones now? Like,
No.
I'm on hormones now for.
I was, and they
Okay.
were causing me more harm than they were good.
Okay.
Because 891 days ago, my best friend passed away, and I stopped taking all of that shit, which is why I started working out, which is how I lost 80 pounds, which is how
Yeah.
we're here today.
Okay.
I didn't lose weight because I was like, you know what, I'm going to be a fitness model. No, bitch. I stopped eating because this bitch died. Like, you fucked up
Okay.
my whole plan for life. So
Okay.
that's how that all happened. But the best thing about the hysterectomy is you don't have your plumbing anymore. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
The night sweats are still as bad. But you also save money because you don't have to go to the OBGYN anymore.
Yeah. There's nothing for them to look at.
I didn't know that. And my mother is the one that told me. She's like, so why are you scheduling an OBGYN appointment? I said, Mom, I need to make sure I'm okay. She said, with what? Plumbing. I said, oh.
I
Guess
did
that's
not.
what you got.
I did not know that about your best friend. I saw like the countdown on your social where you were counting like how many days.
Mhm.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Her name was Sunshine Nobert. She died of the most rare cancer, which is only her. She had to find bile duct cancer. I didn't even know we had bile ducts until she gets
No.
on the phone and she's like, do you know where they are? I was like, no.
Like
But
somewhere in the GI, right? Like
Yep.
somewhere in this area.
in this area, she knew when she was throwing up blood that this was not a good sign. I was like, why are you
Oh.
throwing up blood? She's like, last time I checked, I'm not a doctor, but I will go find out.
Yeah.
And then a year later,
Can I just say that is the best name ever?
Sunshine.
Yes.
That is
Sunshine Elizabeth Nobert, but she doesn't spell it S-U-N, it's S-O-N. And the best part of it is that I'm still very close with her son, her daughter, and her husband Nobert. So, I mean, I'm still very close with all of them. So it makes it worth it.
Yeah.
It makes it
Wow.
worth it.
Oh,
But
gosh,
that's what the
thank you so
countdown is for, if that's what
You're counting the
Like,
days that she's been gone, that you've been on your healthy journey. And 80 pounds, that's
That's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
well, you never realize how heavy you are until you see a picture of yourself and
That's exactly.
you ask
Yep.
your oldest son. Never ask your oldest. Well, you
No,
only have one, so you can
right.
only. My mother only has me. She can only ask me, and I would. I said, Devin, I said, do you see the graduation picture from Miles? And she was like, yeah. And I said, I have more chins than a Chinese phone book. Was anybody going to tell me that? And he said, well, I was, but I wanted to live to see 20. So I figured at the time it probably wasn't a good idea. And then I really wanted to see 21 because you were taking me to Vegas. And then time just passed on. So
Yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
need to do something about that.
Brian and I actually had that conversation the other day about, like, you know, it's January, right? We're all having these conversations about resolutions, or, well, some of us are, or trying to be better and change habits and stuff. And I was
Speak
like,
for yourself.
right. Okay.
You get the same hot mess.
I'll own that. But I was like, I just want to look better in pictures. So I don't look like all of, you know, a big fat slob mess.
You
So,
are not that.
well, we're working
You are
on
beautiful.
not being a big fat slob mess.
You
Thank
are
you.
beautiful.
Well, you know,
I used to call myself that too. And here's one thing that I have learned. Okay. You are what you believe you are.
yeah.
And the more you keep saying that, that's what you're manifesting. So that has to stop. It's your narrative.
Right. I
And I
get
do
that.
it all the time. I do it all the time. I'll look in the mirror and I see Tracy from 15 years ago because so much is different now. I mean, we left Lake Wiley and like everything is different.
Tracy, you have two boys.
I do.
What,
Ages
two?
24 and 20.
I was going to say two men.
Boys. We'll agree to disagree on where we are on the men's stature.
Oh yeah. They'll always be our babies. With us each having one boy, they'll always be our babies.
Well, I can tell you that it definitely gets stranger as they get older.
Oh yeah, well we're entering that realm.
Wait until they call you to ask you, why do I have to pay registration every year for my car? That's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does
it
my
is.
does my social security card expire? And if so, who do I call?
Oh my gosh. That is
Well,
hilarious.
I paid for college for what again?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So your oldest son is Devin, and
Yes.
he is living in Florida right now?
Yep, in Fort Lauderdale, doing his thing, living his best life, and getting to be on private yachts. And oh, bummer,
Yeah.
can't come up this weekend, Mom, because I have to go to the Bahamas. Oh, my heart breaks for
Right.
you, kid. Hope you can
So
manage.
Devin went to, where did he go to college?
West Virginia.
West Virginia on football scholarship, right?
Yep.
And
And then
he was like, this isn't for me, right?
yeah, junior
Oh.
year, second semester, right before senior year, right before senior year. Why bother? I mean, 3
Yeah.
years. What have I really taken away from this? That would be nothing.
But he is, like you said, living his best life now and just doing what makes him happy and jealous.
So is it like the Bravo show about working on the yachts?
Yes, that's what he's doing. That is
Okay.
exactly what he's doing. He gets to live on the boat. I mean, this kid lives on the boat. I said, what do you do about rent? He's like, I live on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother corrected him and said, you live on a mega yacht. You don't live on a boat. It's not like a dinghy from Gilligan's Island. Grow up. I'm like,
What a freaking experience, though.
can you go somewhere or are you just going to?
Oh, sorry.
That's why.
Is it
'Cause I have one of
Miles?
those. Can I have my stand back? Thank you.
Hi,
Why would they
Miles.
go to Ohio? Do you see Miss Meredith and say hello? He said no.
Rude. He doesn't know me. It's okay. Even though we cheered for him on the sidelines like he was a god, it's okay.
He smiled like, okay.
I think he was number 80.
Yes.
See? Tell him I'm still a fan.
I mean, I never thought those days would go by as fast as they didn't go by fast when we were in them, but now that I'm
Right.
not in them and I see like you and Yasmin posting all
Yeah.
these stuff of these children that you're pretending are yours, it's crazy to me
It
because I
is.
never think they're going to grow up and then they do. Like
Man child.
he just graduated college. I don't even know. I don't
I
even
was
understand.
going to say, what's Miles up to?
Finished USC a year early, decided not to play football, decided that just wasn't his jam. He's got a YouTube channel, which he loves doing.
And what is that?
Yeah, tell us.
He plays video games and then other people play video games with him and then they all talk a bunch of smack to each other.
Nice.
And then they post it and other people watch them watching other people play video games.
Yep, sounds exactly like what Jackson would watch. What's his YouTube channel?
Drippy Drippy water, drippy master. I will have to look it up. I have no idea. I don't know, because I can hear him. So that's why I don't subscribe to the channel. I can hear him. I don't want to subscribe. I hear it already.
Mom,
Or
give him another subscriber.
he'll come downstairs and he'll say, Mom, I'm streaming right now. I can't talk. I don't care. Like, go live your life. Go have fun.
But he came and interrupted you while you were in a very important call just now.
Do you think that phases him one bit?
Not at all. Not at all.
Because he'll look at me, he'll be like, are you doing another TikTok? And if I am, it's banned,
Right.
so what do I care?
Right. Right. So
We're getting it back. We are getting it back. TikTok will be back.
I have money in TikTok. I didn't withdraw yesterday because I thought we would have today to withdraw. And
Well,
I'm
they
like,
changed the message when you try to get on now, and it says it's temporarily down. But I think Meta had bought into them or something, because Meta now has the little thoughts bubble, like
Yes,
that
it does.
TikTok just added.
Yeah, it does.
I have a bigger conspiracy with that. I have a bigger conspiracy. I'll make it short and sweet. What I think is that everybody is waiting for Trump to get into office. China is now putting out Red Note. You can't get on Lemon 8 either because, duh, it's powered by TikTok, you dipshit.
CapCut. Yeah, I'm devastated about CapCut.
I had the best video on CapCut yesterday, and my little nephew was like, is that the Kendrick Lamar, the bim boop? I said, yes, it is. And I've got your little brother in every position possible. Before I pressed it, I was like, oh, I have until tomorrow. You don't.
No.
You didn't.
Mm-mm.
But what I think is they're trying to get Red Note to see how many people are going to jump on that bandwagon. I did. I don't speak Mandarin.
You
Miles
too.
does. Miles
He speaks
does.
Mandarin?
He took
That is
Mandarin.
crazy. That is crazy.
I can't.
So-
I tried learning Spanish. I can't do it at this.
Right.
age.
I had to look up what orange was in Spanish yesterday, and it was like, do you want the fruit or the color? And I was like, oh, I don't know, just orange.
Aren't they the same thing?
No, not in Espanol. They're different. They are different.
As my eldest son says, we're from Los Angeles, so we speak Spanish. It's fine. I'm like, we don't speak any Spanish. He's like, we speak Spanglish. We like point at things like the door O. Why do you add an O onto everything, Devin? He's like, that's Spanish. I'm like,
Or an L in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
That'll happen
La.
too. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he'll look at a bag of Tostitos and see like, it's not a Mexican company. I said, it's Tostitos. He said it should be El Tostitos. I'm like,
It does
West
have
Virginia was not the place for you.
it wasn't
buddy.
the place for him. So is Miles just chilling on his YouTube channels? He got some other things going on?
He's also working full time
Okay.
at Goodyear with his dad.
Nice.
He hates it.
Okay. Then
But
not
he's also 20. Whoever wants to work a job at 20 years old?
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I tried to stay in school as long as I possibly could, as
Who
long as
wants
my
to
mother was
work at
footing the bill.
47? Not me.
But he likes what he's doing. He likes making money, and I guess I would too, living under my parents' roof and not really worrying about much to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were the days, man. Those were
But
the
you did
days.
not appreciate it.
No. You needed
Oh my
zero
God.
sleep. You could recover from anything like that. Anything.
The only piece of advice I have with that is never tell your parent that, because I made the mistake of calling my mother and saying, you know what? She was like, oh, I'm waiting for this. You know, I sounded like you the other day. And she's like, I know.
Uh-huh.
She's like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Understand that.
Great. Great.
I said, wait, did I get the worst part of you or the best part of you? She said, I guess time will tell, won't it?
Oh
It'll
my
be
goodness.
determined.
That's right. That's right.
So when you start sounding like her, then that's when you have to reel it back.
Yeah, I do. And I look like my mom, so it's okay where I'm just rolling with it now. Same. Okay, so Tracy, I have a question. You mentioned earlier that you weren't able to practice law in South Carolina. Was that just a random comment? Or
No, I'm an attorney in California. I
thought
passed the bar.
so.
Yeah.
I thought so, but I was like, huh? So what?
No, not here.
Okay. Did you practice law in California when you guys lived there?
Nope, took the bar exam just to prove a point.
Oh. Check. Point taken.
Yeah, that was it. There was nothing more, nothing less. Never did anything that had to do with anything. Someone said I couldn't, and I said I can, and I did. And then I was shocked that I did, because I really didn't learn anything. That's not what I did. It was just like photographic memory. I was like, oh yeah.
I wish.
I know. I
thought
know.
Worse.
Oh no. See, you don't wish, because what people don't understand about people with photographic memory is we also have OCD and ADHD. So we've got too many things that are going on in our brain. So we have, like, someone will knock on the door and you'll be like, oh, that's at Tuesday at 3:00. I was just dropping off your mail, ma'am. Have a nice day. Cool. Or somebody said to me in the grocery store, someone said, oh, you have braces. I said, the milk is usually on aisle 2. Devin's like, nobody asked you about milk, my guy. What is wrong with you? Like, and he said, and speaking of, what do you have next week at 2? And what does milk have to do with it? I'm like,
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that because I was listening to our last week's pod episode, and Brian and I were on the way somewhere, and he was listening with, and he was like, "Why do you keep skipping ahead? Why are you skipping around?" I said, "I don't. That's just how our brains think. Like we do not just follow any kind of we just our squirrels are like wrestling and then playing tag. It's crazy.
Yeah.
or when
So
people say, do you want some quiet time? Where?
it's not in
Like
here.
me alone in the house? That's not quiet time.
No,
I have
no.
HR going on 24/7 up here saying, don't say that, Tracy. Don't say that. You're going to go to jail for that. Don't do that. Let's think about this. You know what? Just do it. What's the
So,
worst
but
that could happen?
right. And then all my personalities are like arguing with each other and trying to.
And
So,
someone will say to me, like, are you zoning out? Don't I wish? I'm in the
right.
middle of 4 corporate meetings right now.
Bob from accounting right now
Yep.
has got some things going on in here. And
I've fired so many people on a regular basis and they keep showing back up.
so you had, speaking of TikTok, you had a huge following on the TikTok.
Both channels. I actually did really well because of an anesthesia video I put up at the end of 2020.
Hilarious. I just rewatched that the
Yeah, that
other
was
day.
your son, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my oldest son. First of all, he didn't talk to me for almost a month. My son is not on social media at all. He does not. And so I said, okay, I'm going to erase the channel. And then Miles said to him, you know, mom can monetize off this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Devin's like, well, how much are we talking here?
Do I get a cut?
Right, right.
And I said, whatever I make off that video, I'll give to you. 4 days later, it hit 9 million views. I was like, holy this works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started posting other things and people are like, we don't really like you very much. Like that's meh. And then lip sync started happening and smaller videos started happening that you could monetize off of. And then I got hacked in August, which was
that was
horrible.
Yeah.
Apparently I reached out to everybody, all 84,000 followers, and I asked all of them for $70. For $70, does no one know me better than that? If I'm not asking for millions, it's not me.
Yeah.
I promise you that. If I'm not asking for things that are completely unattainable, $70?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to go. So I said, I had one of two choices, either wallow in it, try and build Facebook, which we all know is whatever, or build a new channel. From August to now, I'm at 10.6 thousand followers. So it was because I started taking products that nobody was interested in. Example, this one came today. This is the Better Alt Himalayan Shilajit. I don't know how to say that. Honey sticks.
Oh,
Organic honey with fulvic acid, which does not sound sexy at all whatsoever. Fulvic acid does not sound like a good idea.
It sounds like
is it pills or is it like the liquid stuff?
Take a gander and
I'm only asking because I saw a girl do like a video on something similar, but they were packaged in a different box, and it was like these honey sticks. But
I think that's what these are. If I could,
when she took it, she was like ready to die. Like she was like,
what is it for?
Hey, well, I don't want to die, so I mean, well, not today.
Her facial expression was just like,
and but see, that's what I do on there because you can. So I don't know if you're part of the TikTok affiliate or creator purchase.
We're lowly on the TikTok scale.
We're like the last one right there.
I honestly just started a personal TikTok page like 2 months ago.
Something like that, yeah.
Only just to help promote the podcast, and
we're getting an unboxing video right now.
We've got 6 of the Better Alt made by mountains. I highly doubt the mountains made this. Made by bees, I doubt that. And made by mountains again, okay, we're not going to keep reading it. All right, I'm going to regret this. I will be honest, because most things on TikTok, I have never tried. I say that I have, but I haven't. And if I don't like it, those are the reviews I like doing the best. Because I owe you nothing.
Yeah.
I owe you nothing. If it's a piece of crap, I'm going to tell you. The one thing that was not a piece, okay, wait a minute.
My hair just popped out. Oh,
see, I told you.
What is that?
Was it the liquid?
That you should never have that kind of feeling in your mouth ever. Okay, that's a.
That was a no.
If TikTok comes back, I'll explain exactly what. And that color, I do not need to ingest that at all. You're supposed to shake them? Did I do something? Whatever. Anyway, But the best thing about TikTok was getting a following, and the only way that I started doing that was when I started documenting.
Yeah.
And that's when she died, and it was the weirdest thing. And I do say it lightly now. It's been almost more than 2 years, and I understand that everything happens for a purpose. I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, boo-hoo. But I also realized how unhealthy I was living, and through TikTok, I got accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I live
true.
out here by myself. Like I don't have my friends that are here like to go do stuff with.
Yeah.
I'm not friends with, I'm like you and Yasmin. That's pretty much it that I still talk to. I don't really talk to anybody else. And my friends back home are all running from fires right now. So they just have better shit to do with their time, obviously.
Right.
But finding something that would be good for me and keeping me accountable and also letting me be myself. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. You can go up, down, side to side, whatever makes your heart happy. I don't care at the end of the day.
Well, I will say that your social medias are very authentic to what I know you as. Do you want to know one of my first memories of you? This is great. We were sitting
my
at a
gosh.
football game.
Mm-hmm.
Miles and Isaiah were playing, so several years ago, and I think it started to rain or it had been raining, and we were talking about. Now, your husband is black, and your children.
Last time I checked.
And your well, just for the people here, and your children are biracial. And you were talking about how white people smelled like bologna. Do you remember this? Is that what Jamie says?
When we first met, long story short, it's never a long story short. I don't know why people even say that. We met on a Friday and he moved in with me that Sunday. 25 years later, here we are.
You really took some time to get to know each other.
Really took some time. The only reason I was excited at that time, I think I was 24. Yeah, we've been together 25, 26 years, somewhere in there. The only reason I was excited is because for some reason I heard that his last name started with a C and my maiden name started with a C. I'm like, perfect. My mom will never know because I will not screw up any of my stationery. Good job. Good job. 25 years later. And I remember just one time I was pregnant and he was like, did you know white people smell like bologna? No, I smell like vanilla. What are you talking about?
Right.
And because I use vanilla spray and he's like, white people don't smell like vanilla because they're white. I'm like, no,
Right.
should have been a red flag back then. You would have thought that I would have figured something out back then. White people smell like bologna. I cannot believe that's my first memory of me.
It is. When it rains, white people smell like bologna. Well, so whenever, like, Brian is terrible at names, and so whenever I'm like saying something about Tracy or whatever, I'm like, the white people smell like bologna lady, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah. That's how you are in his head.
I need to get that as a sticker. When it rains.
Well, I always see in the Mama Drama group that they say that white people smell like wet dog.
Yes, that too. So on this Facebook page that Steph and I are both in, it's called Mama Drama, and it's everything you can imagine and more. But yeah, there's a lot of white people smell like wet dogs. Yeah, it's great.
When it rains.
When it rains. It's okay.
I'm not giving you any food. Get a life. You're a dog. Go somewhere.
Rex just lifted his head up like, what?
Yeah, he's like, food.
Dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Broccoli. You don't even like here. Exactly.
I saw the best video of a lady and she had a piece of chicken and broccoli and she had a blindfold on her dog and she was letting the dog sniff the chicken and then putting the broccoli in its mouth, and it happened like 3 times, and then the dog was like flung off the blindfold.
He was not having it.
Was like growling at the broccoli.
Growling at it. That's funny.
My favorite one is the human hands with the dog.
Oh yeah.
And you're feeding the dog all these things. We tried that with Jackson. He just looked at me like, no.
Yeah,
I want all of the food. We're not playing that game. Get the gross sounds away from me. Have a nice day.
Well, Rex, I swear, he was a stray and he followed me home and I kept him forever. But
Sounds like my husband.
Yeah. Rex is black too.
Last time I checked.
At least he doesn't smell like bologna, so we're good.
That's why he loves me. But I I swear it was like part of witness protection for the first 2 years that I had him, and would not let me take a take a picture. Like I would have to sneak pictures of him if he saw a
Oh.
camera come out, like he was out.
Oh.
Like turned his head. He did not want.
He might have
That's
been
what I
with.
should say that Devin is. Devin's part of witness protection. That's basically what he acts like. If I have a camera, he's like, "Did you take a picture of me? Look, simple favor. You're my son. I can take a picture of you. I don't owe you any. You owe me. You're welcome."
But what about with him not being on social media and everything? What if he is like really an FBI agent or something?
Well, it could be like. I would love to think that that is more of my son than him being on a boat somewhere, but my mom threw him under the bus last week, so I thought he was doing like super spy, like crazy work
Yeah,
or something.
right.
My mom's like, "No, I just left him there. He's doing great." I said, "You were in Florida?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Why didn't you say anything?" She said, "You never asked." Better than that. No, I've got better than that. I don't like that angle at all.
Okay.
Better than that. I asked Devin a couple of months ago. I said, "Hey, I was going to come down and see you for the weekend." He's like, "Oh, you don't have to. I'm busy." I'm like, "Okay, so he's working. No problem." Call my mom. I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to come to California for the weekend." She's like, "Oh, Devin's here." Again, do you know what she says? You didn't ask.
You didn't ask.
So then I find out that Devin now brings his now ex-girlfriend to California. And I said, "So Mom, anything you want to share with me? Because I'm asking now.
Yeah,
I'm asking.
right.
Anything you want to verbally throw up and share with me now?" She said, and in her, "I have no idea what it is you're referring to, sweetie. Do you want to be more specific? You met Ty."
So your mom's still in California now?
Oh, yeah. She's
And
never
is she okay though with the fires? Like were
They were on advisory because what they're called is the Santa Ana winds, and they happen every year like clockwork. The problem is, okay, the fire burned the same exact, actually 2 more square miles than Manhattan altogether.
Mm-hmm.
All of New York City. Imagine if it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Pacific Palisades. So you've got the Pacific Palisades, and then you have Malibu. And then where I'm from is Agora, which is right on the inside of that. And then there's Calabasas. So
Okay.
God forbid anything happens to Calabasas.
Right. Right.
What would we do if the Kardashians didn't have 75 homes? I don't personally know.
We wouldn't make it.
Like, we were there long before you, weirdos. Like, grow up. That's what happened when I showed my license out here. Someone was like, "Oh my God, Calabasas is a real place." Did you think it was a movie set? We get
Probably.
groceries just like y'all do, I promise.
Probably.
The fires get so bad, and then you don't have any air pressure coming in from Malibu to help you like blow out up wherever it needs to go. The embers with the fire. So then you started having embers in Agora, Calabasas, Newberry Park, and then there was another fire behind Newberry Park that started. So that's where my mom was. She
Okay.
didn't have to evacuate, and as she always tells me, I'm not going to evacuate. You just burn with the house. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Well, it's kind of like how we are with a hurricane. You know, we're not going anywhere, and we're going to be all right.
Well, yeah, the same with the tornadoes in Tennessee. I mean, my mom came to visit, and a tornado was coming through, and she's like, "Should we not be like in a closet or
Nope.
in the bathtub?" I'm like, if it's so the rest of the house falls on top of you in the bathtub. I mean, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just hear me out, you could be part of California and go through earthquakes. And when people come to visit you in Los Angeles for the first time and there happens to be an earthquake and you're sitting there just doing your normal stuff, house is shaking and shaking, and your friend who is not from California at all whatsoever looks at you, she's like, "Should we get under a desk?" No.
No, we're fine.
What if the house falls down? Well, then it's not standing up and it fell down.
and is the desk gonna really?
Like, what are you talking about getting under a desk? If the roof falls down, oh, thank God the desk was here.
That's
And
what
you
we
just-
did in school for tornado drills, though. We
us
got
too.
under a desk.
Yeah.
We had to do
But those are like metal desks, right? Like at
Yeah.
home, like how strong is your IKEA desk?
Don't judge my IKEA desk.
This is IKEA. I mean, I can't judge
Right.
anything,
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
And I mean, I've got a glass desk. That's not going to do shit but hurt me.
Right. That's very true. It would cut your jugular. Don't get in there. Get in the doorway.
I don't even know how IKEA desks actually get put together because I know none of us read the directions and we shove whatever bolts go in wherever they go.
Well, the
We use it as
directions
a
are
reference.
in like Swedish, so we're just winging it with
No,
all of
it's
it.
pictures.
It is. It is. And this desk has held up because I put pressure on it every week when I'm
It's
here.
just glass.
Well, now I'm a
I
little
put pressure on it
terrified.
every week.
Now I'm terrified.
You got like a metal stand over there.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
the
What if I'm the one that causes this desk to break,
It's not
though?
gonna break. I've had it for a long time.
Okay,
It's
I'm good
good.
then. Um, so your TikTok grew so quickly because of the video of your son where he lost. So did he have his wisdom teeth out, or did he have his
No,
knee done?
I don't know. I don't know if you guys were at that game, but it was absolutely horrible. The Clover game with the old, I'm sure the trainers aren't there anymore. The little guy,
Yeah, they're gone.
they're gone.
I don't know.
Okay, well, then I can
I
say what I
honestly
want to
don't pay
say.
attention. It's okay.
Well, he told Devin that he could go back in the game. And Devin was like, my knee really doesn't feel very good. And I said, hey, I really don't want him going back in the game. And they're like, he's fine. And I'm like,
Man
Later that
up.
night, I think it was in the fourth quarter. I don't remember the other team, but they knew that Devin was having some knee problems because Vanita Farmer, who's Isaiah Farmer's mom,
Yeah.
kept saying that guy keeps going after Devin's knee. And he
Oh.
did. And the crazy thing was the swollen knee turned out to be a completely torn and blown ACL. That the coach at the time, who I will remain nameless, said, oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
So he had surgery with the wonderful Dr. Feltham, and he woke up from surgery, and the first concern he had was that his arm was gone. He was under the blanket. He was upset because the nurse who brought him a popsicle clearly stole his arm, and that's some bull because that's not what he came here for.
That's hilarious.
So I asked him if he needed that arm back. He says yes. And I said, do you want me to get it for you? He said yes. I said, are you okay? He says no, adamantly.
Yeah.
As he bites into a popsicle that still makes my teeth shiver when he does it.
It is so cute though, because you can see the blanket like pulled up, and he's just like,
he's high as a kite.
And he's like nibbling, and it's like
and he's not even moving it, so he won't move it at all because it's under the blanket.
Right.
So he's eating the popsicle, looking down, like. And I said, you can still play football with one arm, and he said, I would really rather not.
At least he was polite about it.
He was. He really was. He really was.
I remember getting him home that night, and I was like, do you even remember anything about today? He's like, all I know is that when I wake up in the morning, I want to have 2 arms and 2 legs.
Oh.
I don't know what I have right now. He said, for all I know, I could be Lieutenant Dan, but I want to go to bed and wake up different.
So what started him thinking? Do you remember that he didn't have the arm? Was it just that he couldn't see it or couldn't?
Yeah, he put it under the blanket, idiot.
And so you were like, I gotta record this one because
I recorded the entire thing, knowing that would be the one thing that would drive him absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And so I had called my best friend. I was like, Sunshine, you are never going to believe this. She's like, let me see.
Yeah, of course. That's what we do.
She's like, are you serious? What is wrong with him? So you hear her in an older video, but I never posted it because Devin asked me not to, obviously.
Yeah. And
you hear her going, Devin, the angels are calling. And he's like, wow, the angels sound just like Sunshine. And Sunshine's going, oh, he's high as balls.
Well, what is
Devin
so
was
funny?
like, the balls are in Sunshine too? That can't be good. Sunshine, you should have that looked at. And then he fades off, and Sunshine's like, this is fantastic. And then her son, Justice, had his wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
So she calls me, and Justice was like, this is what the other side looks like? And I said, what other side? He's like, how are you in there? How did you get in there? I said, J-Man, it's a phone. He said, whoa, who made that? And he keeps getting his face closer and back and closer and back. I'm like, Justice? He's like, who took out my face? I said, nobody took out your face. He's like, I don't have any wisdom anymore. I said, no. They took out your wisdom teeth. He said, yeah, that's where all my wisdom was.
It's gone now.
I said, so he's like, I guess I can't go to school anymore. I guess I'm just as helpless as Pinocchio was. And then he went to sleep. I was like, what are you giving these kids and where do we get it? Because we would love that. Take a big puff of that every morning and be ready to go.
That is hilarious.
Dylan did not have a fun wake up when he had surgery. He was telling everybody to get the F away from him.
Yeah.
And
I was pretty good after my hysterectomy. The only time I remember being high as ever was having Miles' C-section because it was an emergency C-section and it was awful. He was 24 inches at birth, just awful. And he was a month early.
Oof.
He was supposed to be my July 4th baby. He decided June 3rd was a better option for him. No problem.
He didn't want to share his date with the rest of the country. So.
But see, I did because the hospital in West Hills, California overlooks this one college. And I had planned everything to a T. I said, I'm having a C-section in the morning. The fireworks from Pierce College go off at night. And then I remember June 3rd walking in to go see my doctor, Dr. Stone and Dr. Katz. And they said, we have good news and bad news. The good news is everything's fine. Stay calm. The bad news is we need you to walk across because we're going to go deliver little Mia today. I'm like, okay. So I'm crying, trying to call my husband, like all the things that wives do. I get into the waiting room. I've got overalls on and paint because I just thought I was coming for my check.
Yeah, right.
It hurts. It
Right.
hurts. A woman comes up to me. She's like, did you just find out that you were pregnant? Yes, that's what it is. I'm painting and I just happened to find out it was glad I came to an OBGYN. Go somewhere. So I walk across, everything's fine. The doctor's putting all the anesthesia in. We're going to do the epidural. This is my 3rd C-section. I'm good to go. No problem. I'm golden. No problem. We have an emergency. Tracy's not breathing. I'm breathing. I'm telling them I'm breathing. I'm completely out. My brain is telling them I'm breathing, but I'm not talking at all whatsoever. I'm gone to the world.
Oh,
I
wow.
had a party with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre that day.
I mean, that sounds great, to be honest, but
I wake up in the morning and I remember looking at Jamie and I said, that was a hell of a party last night. Do you have any more of that gin and juice left? Jamie looks at me. He's like, do you want to meet your baby? I said, whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know you like that, homie. Jamie's like, I'm your husband. I'm like, I have love for those hoes. Jamie's like, first of all, Snoop Dogg, you're not Snoop Dogg. Let's start there. I'm like, who are you talking to like that? You better take the bass out of your voice. Now you have to understand, Jamie's a 6'6". Like he's not some little.
He's a big dude. Yeah.
He's a big ass dude. And I'm sitting in the hospital. I'm arguing with him. I'm like, you need to go get your security and calm down. Go smoke yourself whatever you need to smoke, and then come back and talk to me when you're a man. Jamie's like, first of all, you are not a man. Second of all, you're a woman.
Tracy's like, I got albums to drop.
Oh no! And then the worst part happened. He brings me Mia/Miles. This is not what I ordered. This. And I'm looking under the blanket. I'm like, excuse me? They're like, we just didn't know he was so big and so long. We didn't see anything. So, and he was turned to the side. I was like,
return to sender.
Yeah. Your whole plan with the date and the fireworks and the sex of the baby just got flipped.
A month early. He didn't have time to grow it.
And then Jamie turns around and he's like, so how do you feel about that, Snoop Dogg? Like, guess I'm not high anymore. I promise you that.
Right.
I sat there and I looked at these doctors. I was like, you are.
So did you have like the room painted pink and everything? Like, was it like?
Luckily, I had done a neutral color because I wasn't done because I had a whole month to go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Jamie was like, are you going to hold him? I'm like, not until I find out I'm having a boy. I need to hear it from somebody else because this does not make any sense. This is not my kid. This is not my kid. And Miles made sure for the first 2 years that I knew damn well that he was Jamie's son and not my kid. I couldn't, nothing I ever did would make him happy. Nothing.
Oh, that's tough though.
Screaming constantly. Like I would look at him and he would start screaming and Jamie would be like, hope you had a good time at your little doggy style party.
Yeah.
I did actually. Thanks.
I'd love to go back.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Never again. But yeah, so that was how all of that transpired.
Have y'all seen that video of it's somebody in the hospital and you can hear the machines beeping and then it turns to like the beat.
Are you making me laugh?
I am. My explanation's great, right? And then it turns.
And I'm like so engrossed. So like, tell me more.
And then like you can hear like the monitor, like the heart beeping, and then like another monitor comes in, and it starts with the beat of one of Snoop and Dre's songs.
Oh yeah. I gotcha.
It's really good. My explanation is not great. I'll tell you what it is on TikTok, but we don't have TikTok anymore.
I don't understand.
It's coming back Monday.
But it's like, what was the point though? Like, what is the point? Because you know, all you have to do is change your country and location on your iPhone and you can log into TikTok.
So I saw some people tried that. It didn't work. I hadn't tried it. I don't.
A couple of my friends have tried and it did work, but it'll cancel all your subscriptions that you have.
Oh.
I'm not mad at that because I don't even know what I have anymore.
But I've got like
reset.
Reset complete, like hard. If I could do that with my brain, oh my God.
On my
hard
workout
reset.
app, I have like a special pricing for the next year. And I cancel it and lose my pricing. So I'll wait 2 days.
I asked Jackson, I was like, how are you, bud? Are you managing without TikTok? This was this morning. He said, yeah, I'm just watching Instagram Reels now. And I was like, great.
No, I found out an hour and a half prior because it said your payout for this month has been declined. I was like, I have a payout. I'm like, awesome. I'm like, that's great. They really need to make houses with God. You forget that he's 6'4" and has a size 16 shoe. You forget Devin is 6'3" with a size 14 shoe. You forget these things when you hear them stomping upstairs, and then they look at you like, what? Really? Have you seen you?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not a
I see
delicate little
you.
flower. Yeah.
But I asked, he's on YouTube constantly. I know Devin doesn't really care. Devin sits there and he can get engrossed in Landman for the next 8 days and be perfectly happy with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That was a great show, by the way.
Yeah, I've watched some of it, but not all of it. But Jackson forgets his size too, and like his lack of grace. Like he's coordinated, but like just to sit down in a chair is not a sit down. It's a boom. Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
Jamie had to understand that because Jamie got to a point where he was much heavier and he didn't realize how big he had gotten.
Yeah.
As Devin called it, his Thor workouts were horrible.
Horrible.
He just took that way too far. Like, I mean, Jamie was huge and he would sit
Yeah.
down and like, why is the couch moving? Because you're 310 pounds, my guy.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Well, and that's what we have now is our sofas are like, we need new sofas.
Oh, we have a big old dip. I got big dips.
Yeah. I'm like, until you and all of your football lineman friends can figure out how to sit on the couch properly, I'm not even worrying about it.
Just get a bunch of bean bags.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea.
When those pop, those are even more fun. Let me just share that
Oh,
with you. I
that's
learned
true.
that the hard way.
I would open the doors and take like a leaf blower and just blow it all outside.
That's genius.
They have the ones that are just now like foam. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah?
like memory foam.
That's true. That
So,
wouldn't be too bad.
No.
There's no graceful way of getting out of a beanbag, though.
Oh, no, there's
No,
not.
but
It's like the roll over, the push up, and then the.
It's kind of like a water
hovering.
slide. Yeah, you try to stay. First of all, if you go down a water slide, usually your bathing suit ends up somewhere that you don't want to dig it out. And then while you're trying to gracefully get up without showing everybody what you got back there, then you're like rolling on your stomach. And the cute little lifeguard who helps you get out of the tube is like, hey, ma'am. And I'm like, oh, dude. Yeah. I just had some traumatic flashbacks. I'm okay. Give me a minute.
My heart just sank because. So 4 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, I was at my heaviest. I was at 280, 285, somewhere in there. And my husband, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, all of Bebe's kids joined, and we went to Gatlinburg to go do the Lazy River.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Lazy River, it is not. I used to have
No.
really long nails all the time. My nails were always long, always done. That was like my thing. Lost like 8 of those on the way. And then when you stop so that you can get off this stupid little, like, who made that to begin with?
I don't know.
And then I missed the step and I watched all of my life go before my eyes. And I hear my husband and my brother-in-law cracking up saying, thank God she can swim. First of all, I'm convinced it's Lake Lanier. Like, I don't even want to know what's down there. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I have 2 nails hanging on to like a little thing. And I said, I'm about to go on my 600-pound life. If you guys don't fucking help me, I'm going to be the damn lifeguard here. I'm going to be like the one that helps everybody from beyond the sea.
And then number 3, I smell like wet bologna. Wait, bologna, not
there
wet
you
bologna.
go. Like, this whole trip is just ruined. And I remember my brother-in-law going, do you think you should find a nail salon? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to go back in the lazy river and go find the nail tips that like my bloody stubs are.
Yeah.
This is not a lazy river. This is a traumatic brain injury river.
Yeah.
Nobody should be on that.
Those things,
Ever.
like the concept of it is great, like to just get in a float and chill. But the floats are like, do you get in them like with like through your body and just chill this way? Could you lay back and your neck's up? And then
So
all
many
the kids
questions.
around there are doing cannonballs. Yeah, they need an adults only lazy river with better.
And that's where Las Vegas comes into play. If y'all have never been to Las Vegas, you go to Las Vegas. You check yourself into Caesar's Palace. You say to yourself, I'm going to relax this weekend. You go down and you make your reservation for the pool. Yes, you need a reservation. You make your reservation for the pool and you say, I'll take 2 for the lazy river, but I think I'll go to Treasure Island because then you get to go a little bit and there's a bartender. Would you like a drink, Miss Chisholm? I absolutely would. Thank you. Keep going. And it's a pool. So you don't have to worry about God's creation of all these beautiful landmarks that you cannot judge. And there's no bartender in a lazy river in Gatlinburg.
No.
There is a bartender in the lazy river in Las Vegas. That's the lazy river I can do.
Yeah.
Note to self. I'm making all kinds of notes today.
So we're going to go to New Orleans and then
yes,
Vegas.
and then Vegas. I hadn't been to Vegas in probably about 15 years. I'd love to go back.
I've
You
never
just
been.
tell me when.
I've never been to Vegas ever.
Well, we need you to go so you can plan this, plan our
Our
lazy
excursions.
river itinerary. Yeah.
I can plan your demise only so that you'll get better before you go back. Because I promise you, the last time that I went to Vegas was for Devin's 21st birthday. He's turning 24, 25 this year. The last time we went, I was so shocked by how ignorant I had become. And I say that with all due respect. From Los Angeles to Vegas, it's a 5-hour drive, 4 hours if I'm driving from where I live. Oh, I own the roads. Like, just so foolish. Tickets, and you wonder where Devin gets it from. I'm surprised that he even still has his license. He's like, I have my license because I pay my tickets. I said, so you're indicating that I don't have my license? He's like, you don't have your license because you have seizures and we don't want to die on the road because you're out there. That's why. I said, fair enough. Fair enough. And the best part about being in Las Vegas is you're 5 hours from, you can take a drive to Utah if you want to go to Utah and see what that's all about. You can go down to Arizona. You can be standing in Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico, whatever 4 states
Before,
like all together.
Colorado maybe? That's cool. I've been there.
But Devin made a good comment. He's like, can't you go to any state in the corner and do that to all the states that are around there? I said, Mom, every single state meets at a corner. You do have a point there. But the best part about Vegas is time goes away.
Yes. Very much
Oxygen
so.
inside of the casinos, it's like they're pumping you with adrenaline because you think I could just totally mortgage my house for the 3rd time and go make $1 million in 20 minutes. Or you can go my route and just enjoy window shopping because I can't afford that anymore. Unless TikTok comes back. No, I'm just kidding. And then enjoying like spas and things like that.
See,
and
that's
restaurants.
yes.
I'm not a
That's
gambler.
my
I'm
jam.
not a gambler either. No.
That's my jam.
But give me massages, facials, lazy river, steam spa, the salt rooms, all of the things that you could possibly imagine. I want them all every day.
And the best
Like
part is if
a washed up pop star.
So
I
what?
said, and I want to
I'll
see
be a washed up pop star.
Yeah.
The best part is when you leave Vegas, you can leave out of Los Angeles because you can take the 4-hour drive, rent a car, go back to Los Angeles, see that for a few days, and then whatever's not burned down, and then go see that, and then go back. It's usually cheaper to fly out of LAX than it is McCarran Airport, which I never understood that because we left. No, we left Vegas for Devin's birthday, and all of a sudden we're in Los Angeles. And I said, well, what? That's the wrong way. Like I'm supposed to be going back to South Carolina. My mom's like, well, I can meet you at the airport for a few hours if you'd like. Our layover was like 7.5 hours. My mom's like, traffic, bitch, does not take 7 hours to get from Calabasas to LAX. Knock it off and come see me. Like, where you want to eat? Obviously. I'm home for 7 hours. I'm home for 7 hours. Yes, I want to eat.
Yeah.
But you need to go to Vegas.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's plan a Vegas. I'd love to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I've never been. I give me all the things.
It's so much fun, and it is so you can't really describe it.
It's an adult playground.
It is like the hotels are city block
I will
size.
not be doing the zip lining though.
Oh.
I watched, I don't know, some show on it, like Undercover Boss or something, and they showed how they. No, I was like, no,
You're good on that
never
one.
doing that.
But just to go and see, like,
Although I did it in like a 3rd world country with no problem.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You were safe there.
Ignorance is bliss.
You were safe in Belize or
How the
whatever.
things work,
Yeah.
I'm okay. But once I know how they work and I know that they're not super regulated,
Right. No, you're out. But let's go see the like the Bellagio and all and walk through, like you said, like Caesar's Palace. They take up like city blocks, the hotels.
The new sugar daddy can take it.
Yeah,
So I joined Red Note, right? And I got a message this morning asking if I was a sugar baby.
Are you so excited?
I was like, no.
And I'm like, why did you say no?
I know. 9 times out of 10, they're all fake anyway. Don't worry about it.
So then my response to her was, well, the prices of eggs, I should have said yes.
It's crazy. I have to go to the store when I leave here. I'm already devastated about how much money I'm going to spend to get nothing.
I took Dylan yesterday. We had like 3 bags and it was $120.
Crazy.
We went yesterday and today because I told Jamie, I said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I could have signed up to Red Note and now I'm part of the Chinese regiment and owe $70,000. I don't know.
And you're now in the Chinese military.
I don't speak Mandarin. I don't know. And so he's like, well, we should probably get propane. I said, clearly that's exactly what I'm thinking. Propane. What are you talking about? And so I told him, like, I want to get meats and stuff like that so I don't have to worry about it. I think we spent in total between yesterday and today, little under $400. And that was going to Walmart
Mm-hmm.
because Sam's had nothing. And I'm talking things like water, chicken, salad.
Yeah.
Why was this $5.28? This has never been $5.28. And I told her that at the checkout, and she's like, well, how much do you normally spend for it? I said, Jamie's like, don't do that. I said, I don't. He's like, you don't spend $3 on it. Don't do that. I said, I spend $3.25 on it. She's like, you don't, but I will give you a discount. Jamie's like, have you been honest? I'm like, no,
Oh.
because right now in California, a dozen eggs are $11.75.
Oh my God.
1 dozen.
Yep.
But see, that's what I thought was normal. Like when I moved out here and saw that gas was $1 something at the time, all my friends in California, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you see that? It's $1.42. And they're open all the time.
Yeah.
And then I got the sad reality check that nothing in the South is open that long, and
No.
And here
get
we
in where
are.
you fit in.
Yeah. Here we are. Well, I have really enjoyed having you on.
Oh my gosh. I love you, and I feel like you're one of our besties now.
I think we might need to make this a regular thing, like a monthly talk with Tracy or something like that.
I would love it. And I would also love if you guys wanted to do some clips, and when TikTok comes back, I will happily put it on my
Yeah,
page.
for sure.
Okay.
And I can put it on both, and I can tag you guys in it. It's no big deal because I know the page with 84K, that gets a lot of views, but my page with 10.9 is getting even more views because I'm tagging everything with over 40 moms of TikTok.
Yeah.
It's all about your tags.
Yeah.
Well, what are your social media handles so our people can follow you or find you? Okay.
Oh,
So
I do.
I can
I
add them to
don't.
the screen.
we'll put them in there. We'll find them.
No idea.
One is Talk Nice 75, I think.
I think so. And I think the other one is Talk Nice 756. Because Talk Nice 756 was created when Talk Nice 75 got hacked. I think.
Now, are you on Insta and stuff too?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's all Talk Nice 75 now that I think about it. I don't think I'm smart
will
enough to
look it up.
do a bunch of different things because that's too much. And then I'm learning Reels on Facebook because everybody's kind of moving over to that. And then I'm just posting on Red Mandarin. I don't know what the crap I'm posting.
I have all like my TikTok saved, so that's all I've been uploading was like my TikTok.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Right now, I have about 5 or 6 Mandarin friends that are telling me their life stories in Mandarin, and I'm just like, thank you.
I am so proud of both of you and your dual citizenship now with the child.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We'll be letting you know.
She talks such good English, and she is teaching everybody all the swear words, and I'm there for it.
Really?
How to swear in Chinese. I was like, thank you for teaching us how to talk to our government.
See, Brian knows all that in Spanish because he works with a lot of Spanish people, so they teach him.
Oh, I know lots of Spanish swear words. Nothing else. Oh, I know beer, and I know bathroom.
The important things.
Miles comes down when he's in his Spanish mode, and his famous sentence is "De los biblioteca do los pantalones a la tortilla." I said, so you want to wear pants to the library and eat a tortilla? He said, what I said, isn't it? I said, do you know where the library is? I said, no, I'm telling you I know Spanish. So if anyone asks me, do I know Spanish? Clearly. I've gone to the library, I wear pants, and I know what a tortilla is. Do you done? I'm done.
He's officially bilingual. I mean, that's.
Let him tell the story. He's trilingual. Let him start talking with a German accent, and then don't get Devin started on accents. That dude went through the McDonald's drive-thru with the Chinese accent. Gets to the window, they're like, "Oh, you must not be the order." Devin's
no, I am.
Devin's like, "Well, whose order did you take?" And the lady's looking, and I said, "Devin, don't do that." And so he finished off with the accent. She's like, "I thought you were a little tiny and she did this. I thought you were a little tiny Asian man." Devin's like, "Well, I'm a big black man with an Asian accent. I'm Blasian." I'm like, "You're not Blasian."
But now I have I need to do that now. I love accents. I love.
Don't fix that Bojangles because theirs is all AI. Like,
go on my Instagram all the way down at the bottom. I think it's still there. Devin does the best Mark Wahlberg. He does the best Ryan Reynolds, but his Indian guy at a 7-Eleven.
Oh yeah, Chef's kiss. Okay.
Well, and he will answer the phone and he will mess with you, especially if he sees unknown caller. Suddenly he's the IRS. Thank you for calling Steve Diller at the IRS. How can I take your call? Will this be cash or check payment today?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
We love prank calls. That's our favorite. Anytime we get an unknown number, especially when they're yelling at us that they're going to be arresting us right outside in like 15 minutes if we don't get an iTunes card.
Yeah.
My son will be like, slow down, slow down. I got Western Union. I'll send you that all day. But an iTunes card, now you're asking a lot.
Now I know you're fake.
Right? But anytime you guys want to talk or anytime you want to do anything, I will be here because I have nowhere else to go. At all.
Right. Well, I'm going to probably start a group chat with the three of us too, just because I know we were going back and forth before, but that way we can all just collab together.
Perfect.
And that way we can, but I really think it would be fun to have Tracy on like frequently.
Yeah, we'll do a monthly Tracy call.
Monthly Tracy check-in. Well, yes.
We'll come up with a better name than that.
Yeah.
Hoping to get my parole soon, so that would be great. I mean, the more positive things I can do in the community, the better.
Oh, that's overrated. This has been
I have the ankle monitor to prove it. I'm just kidding. I don't.
This has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you coming on and talking with us and just making us laugh. You're amazing.
Yes.
Well, I love it. And anything you guys want to do, and like I said, I am more than happy to post y'all because your guys' podcast, whether you guys realize it or not, and people are telling you, is hilarious. You two are very good together.
We don't mean it to be.
We meant to be serious, but I guess if you want to compliment us, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, tell me that again. Like, I didn't hear you. No, we appreciate that. We enjoy having the outlet.
Yeah.
And
that she has saved me from a very dark year of my life, and so like this was
my dark year might be coming up, and you'll be my refuge. So who knows?
Well, I'm in it and have been in the dark year for about 4.5 years. I can tell you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not always an oncoming train. I promise you that. But at the same time, if it's a shitty, or I don't know if you can, whatever. If it's a crappy year, you have to remember it's not always going to be like this. This too shall pass. You're having a great year. This too shall pass. Right. You're upset. This too shall, like any emotion that you feel, take it in for what it's worth for that time frame. That's the biggest mistake that I did for 25 years. I was so worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
That for me to even laugh was like, and it's really not that funny. Well, to you, like finish the sentence. It's not funny to you.
Yeah.
I don't make you happy, but that doesn't mean I'm not fucking awesome. So
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And you'll find yourself again. And if you're married, it's like your spouse gets to have a new version of you, but the better version of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And every day that you're growing and every day that you're doing these things. And when you can start laughing at your kids more often and enjoying like their company, I know we're parents. You're always going to be a parent first. No problem with that. Yeah. At the same time, when you start letting go of certain things that you've held on to for so long, not only are you a better parent, like I adore Devin and Miles now. For years, I think for almost like 6 or 7 years, I didn't like my kids.
Yeah.
I can be 100% honest. I love them. I always do. But I didn't like them. Like, Mom, do you know what a critic? I don't give a. That's why there's Google. Go Google it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't happy because of the way that I was being treated, but I allowed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I allowed other people to turn around and say, you're not funny. No, bitch, I'm funny. I know I'm fucking funny as shit.
You are.
Like, don't do that. Because you don't like it or because you're insecure, I allowed everybody else to show me how insecure I could possibly be.
Yeah. And I'm letting go of the people pleaser in me. And that is huge. It's been a huge, hard road.
Always remember something. No is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
You don't owe an explanation after that. If someone says, hey, do you want to go do this? And you kind of feel obligated because maybe that person expects you. No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yep.
That's empowering.
Yeah.
And awesome. People don't, we always try to do that though. We'll talk about that next time. Go to Walmart, go do your thing, go be amazing. And I'm still going to eat broccoli. So
thank you, Tracy.
It was so nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.